Hello guys, welcome to our new video tutorial series. And in my previous video we had explained about how we're going to use the code pipeline and how we deploy codes from GitHub to an S3 bucket. And also we discussed how what's the downtime on the server, how we're going to use the blue-green deployment. So in my this video we will discuss about and give you a demo how we're going to create a basic code pipeline that automatically builds and deploy code from a GitHub. Okay, so first we need to create a new bucket again. Like every time we create a new bucket, we already have some buckets. We just gonna need to search S3 here, and then you will see we have a lot of buckets here. So I'm just gonna create a new one again because every bucket we use for a different purpose. We can use the same bucket if you already have one. So and I will use this new bucket, and we're gonna say DevOps CI. We're gonna say DevOps. Oh, we cannot use uppercase, so we're gonna use DevOps 10.10.25, and I'm gonna save this name as well in my file because we need to use this one sometime. Okay, and then it will ask there's an option like we're gonna use general purpose, and then we're gonna enable ACLS enable, and then we're gonna uncheck this block all public access because we want this to be public. Okay, and then we're gonna go down little, and then it says bucket versioning. We're gonna enable this one as well because we're gonna update real time and then see how it's gonna react. Okay, and then we're gonna create this bucket, which is create bucket. After pressing okay, everything's done. We're gonna create bucket. Okay, it says okay, I acknowledge. Sorry, I just forgot this one. So that's a good thing about AWS. If you forget something, they will let you know what you forget, and then you just need to go back. Some websites don't have this. So uh, also, like bucket name should be we call it like unique because it's worldwide. So I'm just gonna search for my bucket is right there. We're gonna click here, and then this will open a bucket for us. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is uh, we just need to create a code pipeline and then connect with our GitHub server, which I already have some so I'm just gonna search here code pipeline right there. Okay, and then we're gonna create a new pipeline for our project which we are doing. That's the previous one, and it asking like how you gonna use our pipeline. We're gonna use with this one deployment. We're gonna use the custom pipeline as well. Let's see next, and then we're gonna say the name of the pipeline, DevOps. We're gonna use the same name of the bucket. Let's see it's gonna allow us or not. Okay, and then it will say queue parallel new service role, and then we click next. Okay, and then it was asking your service provider because if you are creating a new bucket, you need to select the GitHub from here, which is GitHub via GitHub app. Okay, and then it was asking connect to GitHub. I already have the GitHub, so I'm just gonna give the connection name and then connect to GitHub. It takes a time to authenticate, and then perfect, it's connected. And then now you need to put the repository name. So I already have a test repository which I made which has some HTML files, and then default branch obviously main, and then so after you put like main, and then you'll see there's two options, which is good GitHub code pipeline default, and then full clone webhooks next, and then it was asking how we gonna, so it's an optional thing, we're gonna do this like by default. You can skip the settings as well. So I'm just gonna skip this skip build stage. So it's gonna ask like skip the test stage as well. Build stage, we can skip the build stage, we can skip the test phase as well. But if we do Amazon S3, let's see, it's gonna say as an option. We're gonna skip this one as well. But deploy, you need to use this. So we're gonna use S3 right there. And then it was asking your region, and then the same bucket you make, right? And then it's my Virginia. I'm gonna put the is by define, and then we need to, oh sorry, we need to give the bucket name that we created, which is this one. And then it was asking like, do you have any S3 support key? I don't have anything, so I'm just gonna say extract before deploying. Okay. And then it's an optional thing, we just keep skipping the optional thing, and then we gonna create next. And then it says here is your setting, please make sure you check your settings, and then create pipeline. So you will see we if you follow my AWS certified for developer exam, you will see how we're gonna use you know so if we went to our bucket again, and then remember we did in my previous videos, so it's deploying. So if we're gonna go to our bucket, which is S3 bucket, so it says it's deployed. So now you can see it's Amazon 3, it's deployed, and everything is done. It's source code and it's deployed successfully. And then now we're gonna go to S3 bucket. Okay. And then we're gonna search for our bucket name, which is DevOps, this one. And then you will see we have this file, which is last modify. And then we're gonna go to properties, and then you will see, just scroll down, this option, static web hosting. Okay, so what is static web hosting? You just need to enable this one, so it will give us a link that can use for the hosting. And then it was asking like, what's the file name? We're gonna provide the file name, that's my file name of the error of the index file. And then we just typing this in case we have an error. Okay, and then we're gonna save changes. So now you will see our properties has been changed. So once you save changes, you need to do the public uh, using the ACL. Okay, so if we go to our bucket again, we're just gonna go back, and this is my bucket, right? And then you will see there's an actions. Okay, so we're gonna choose this one, and then we're gonna go to action. And remember, we make public using ACL. So as you know that when public read access is enabled and not blocked by block IP address, anyone in the world can access. So make sure you enable this option as well. And then just make it public. You don't need to change anything. And now your GitHub is, the file that you upload is gonna be public. Okay, so if you go to your bucket, you will see um, it's gonna be, that's your source code, that's your bucket. And if you click here, you will see a link which is object URL. And I'm gonna copy this one and then paste for you, so you will see. Okay, so now our GitHub, which we have a GitHub repository which is public. So if you're gonna show, I'm gonna show you guys. So that's my GitHub, which the file which we uploaded, which is has the same thing. you know if you're gonna copy this one, I'm not sure we're gonna run this, but yeah, so it's the same file. So, and let's suppose the file has all the stuff. And if we're gonna edit this one, let's suppose we're gonna edit this file. And you will see, you see the, it says the file. If we edit the heading only, which says JavaScript Fetch API tutorial, and we're gonna say for DevOps, and we're gonna say today date it's 2025, and then we save. And then it says commit changes, yes, commit directly to the main branch. um it's better, usually we don't recommend you to change directly to the main branch. In real life we do one separate branch, and then but for now it's the demo, so we can do directly to the new branch. Okay, to the same branch, that's fine. So now if we go back and see um, to our file, and if we reload, nothing happened because we did not change anything. We have to make it, our file, public again. So we're gonna go back to our bucket, which is DevOps, and then we're gonna click this one and then action, and then make public using ACL, then make public. And now you have to go back to your S3, which is this one, and then click. And now if you copy this one, you must see the option to change, which is not right there. Let me check again. Did we skip any step, or let me see. So now you can see it takes some time to update, because once we change the GitHub, it it triggers from the main file, and you see it's gonna deploy it. So it takes some time to, a few seconds. You cannot go right away. And then if you go again and then go to your S3 bucket and see if anything changes or not. Okay, so we're gonna search for DevOps. Okay, it's right there. And then there's a file, you see it changes. Now it's time, so hope so it's gonna change and update the stuff. And let's gonna play. Okay, so it says it does not appear to have, because we don't have the permission. So we're gonna do is go back here, and then we're gonna go again to our bucket. We click here and then actions, and then we're gonna make public using ACL again, and then make public. So now you will see, let's close this one, and then click this file, copy your URL. So see, now we have the changes over here. So this is how automation done using CI/CD pipeline. So I hope you guys understand, and in my next video We will discuss about how we're gonna do green and blue deployment. Thank you. Stay tuned for more informative videos. Thank you.